What began as prayers of hope ended in one of the most tragic and controversial deaths in modern history. By late 1975, the exorcisms of Anneliese Michel had become a desperate battle. Over 67 sessions were conducted, sometimes lasting more than 4 hours. Each one drained the life out of her. The priests prayed, commanded, pleaded, but what they heard in return was nothing human. Her voice, raw, guttural, layered with impossible tones, claimed to be Judas, Cain, Hitler, Nero, and Lucifer himself. Witnesses described hearing several voices at once, overlapping, arguing, taunting. Even the recordings that survive today are almost unbearable to listen to. Screams that sound less like a young woman and more like something torn from the depths of hell. Her body deteriorated. She stopped eating entirely, convinced food was forbidden by the demons within her. At just 23 years old, her once bright frame withered to only skin and bone. She collapsed frequently, unable to walk, crawling across the floor, whispering prayers through cracked lips. And yet, she begged the priests not to stop. She believed this was her duty, to suffer so that others might be saved. To many, her faith was unshakable. To others, it was a devastating delusion. On July 1st, 1976, the exorcisms ended. Anneliese Michel was found dead in her bed. She weighed only 68 pounds, knees bruised from hours spent kneeling in prayer, teeth broken, hands clenched as if still fighting. The world was horrified. Her parents and the 2 priests were put on trial, accused of neglect and homicide. The tapes of her exorcism were played in the courtroom. Some heard madness. Others heard something far darker. In the end, the priests and her parents were convicted of negligent homicide, sentenced to 6 months in prison, later reduced to probation. But the question remains, was Anneliese Michel a victim of severe epilepsy and psychosis, abandoned by medicine? Or was she truly possessed, chosen to bear the torment of something beyond our understanding? Her gravestone in Klingenberg became a pilgrimage site. Visitors left rosaries, candles, and prayers. Some saw her as a saint who fought evil. Others saw her as a tragic reminder of what happens when belief and suffering collide. Nearly 50 years later, the story of Anneliese Michel still divides the world. Science calls it illness. Faith calls it possession. But perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between, and the chilling recordings of her voice remain as a haunting echo of the battle for her soul. After 40 years, it happened once again. This is Dark Diaries, where truth is more fearful than the story.